Morning, this is Brian. Today is Tuesday, May 9th, 2023. And I'm here right near the Stonewall Mine here at Cuyamaca and Rancho State Park. Time for a spotlight on plants video today. Today I want to spotlight a very rare local endemic variant of a little bit more of a widespread native plant here in Southern California and the state of California in general. Today, my focus is on this awesome plant right here. This is Thermopsis californica var, semota. So what we have here is a beautiful, somewhat upright, colony-forming perennial herbaceous plant in the Pea family, the Fabaceae. And as the common name suggests, False Lupine, it's a plant that's similar to a lupine, which is also a relative in the Pea family, the Fabaceae. But it's not a lupine, it's just similar in a lot of respects. So now I've mentioned that this is a pretty rare local endemic variety of a more widespread plant, and that kind of comes in the name variety semota. Variety semota is only found in the mountains of San Diego County, maybe Baja. I'll have to look up for a little bit more specifics on the range, but it is a pretty local endemic, and it's not widespread. Definitely less widespread than its more common near cousin, the Thermopsis californica var californica. So the velvety false lupine is known for its fuzzy leaves, and the leaves are generally trifoliate. In other words, they're divided into 3 leaflets. Trying to get a good shot of this one here. Kind of hard because the wind's blowing everything, and I'm trying my darndest best not to break a leaf off. I don't like breaking white leaves off of plants. But you kind of see it's got 3 leaflets on it. Of course, the leaflet from another leaf is blowing all over it. But they got generally 3 leaflets, and it's got a very soft, velvety texture, hence the common name, velvety false lupine, which is more akin to our local variant here. So what you get are these upright, fuzzy green stems that come up from a perennial root system. So what will happen is, after it dries up here during the summer and fall and winter, this plant will dry back to the ground, and what will be left are a bunch of old dried up sticks. You can see some of these sticks right here are remnants from previous years. Take a couple pictures of the foliage of the plant, and we'll move into some of the other details of this beautiful plant and its habitat. Okay, so one other thing you'll notice is that not all the leaves are perfect leaflets of 3. You get these kind of stipule-like leaves a little bit further, slightly further down the stem, that are kind of opposite each other. These right here, these are kind of like leafy stipules here that are not actually part of the 3-leaflet plant. So you will see some of these sometimes as well. So that's part of some of the variation on this plant. As you can see, these plants are very, very few branched, if not really branched at all. There may be some slight branching on them. These are relatively young stalks. But you can see this one here actually has 2 leaflets. Got 2 leaflets there, and it's got those broad stipules. The stipules are a little bit larger than the 3 leaflets. See here, you get these stipules at the nose, another pair of opposite stipule leaves as well. Okay, so we saw that smooth velvety texture. They're very soft to the touch. It's kind of a soothing plant to touch. Believe it. It kind of feels nice. But now we got to move into some more of the important features of this plant, such as the flowers. The flowers are very similar to what you would see in lupines, except don't really notice any lupines here in Southern California that have yellow flowers, but they're in similarly staged inflorescences. So what you got here are your beautiful pea-shaped flowers, again indicative of its belonging to the pea family of Fabaceae. And like a lupine, they are in these upright clusters, very upright flower clusters here, which will eventually turn into seed pods, legumes. But they are very brilliant, lemony yellow, very beautiful, and very noticeable when you're out hiking. Very beautiful plant, very fun to come across. And this is the second week in a row I've come across it, because I was hiking in Cuyamaca last week, but I didn't manage to get a spotlight video. But look how beautiful those flowers are. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to do, I'm going to take a couple of close-up pictures of the blossoms, and then we'll go into its preferred habitat. So, as you notice, we're out in a very sunny grassland slash meadow type area. And this is the preferred habitat of this plant. It likes to be out in grasslands. And a lot of times I'll notice it on the sides of trails. So I'm surprised if the slightly disturbed sites would be a potential habitat for the plant as well. And we are right now above 4,700 feet in elevation. So kind of a mid-elevation plant. Now I have seen this plant's cousin, the more widespread Thermopsis californica var, californica. And where I saw that was in Ventura County, which is the county to the west of Los Angeles County, in an area called Pine Mountain, near Reyes Peak Campground and Pine Mountain Campgrounds. At above 6,500 feet, I saw for the first time the Thermopsis californica var, californica. And at that time, I wasn't sure what it did. So that was my first exposure to Thermopsis californica as a species. But again, this is Thermopsis californica var, semota. Absolutely stunning, beautiful ephemeral perennial. Ephemeral perennial meaning the root persists through several years, but the stems and leaves and other plant parts above ground are seasonal. So when you hear the word ephemeral, we're talking about seasonal. So here it is, Thermopsis californica var, semota, the beautiful velvety false lupine here at Cuyamaca Rancho State Park. So once again, another piece of our awesome puzzle that is the flora of Southern California. Thanks for watching my spotlight video. Hope you enjoyed it, found it educational, and inspired you to come out here to check it out. Really close to the Stonewall Mine parking lot. Just a short walk down the road. Can't miss it. See you on the next spotlight.